Hello, this is Jason from Counterslam.com, and I'm doing the model review of the week. Today we have Epic Grimm in his Warcaster Warlock Unit, the third known Warlock Warcaster unit that we have, now that the Butcher has been spoiled. And I thought I'd talk to you about the process of putting together, painting him, then go into stats and my play experiences. I didn't have too much trouble putting them together. There were a little bit of bits on the back for the pig characters that the 3D rotation didn't have. So the bottle and bits and pieces that I were gluing back there, I didn't really have a good references, so I just stuck them where I thought they would go. But you can't go wrong with a model that has ham on it. Other than that, I didn't really have any issues putting them together. There's the manacles on the front of Grimm. That was about it. The painting part of them, it was very fun. They're very well detailed and some of the best models I've seen from Privateer in a while. Let's go into the stats. The Grimm himself stays the same stat-wise, except he gets +1 rat, which makes him very dangerous from range. The gun stays the same, except on the melee version of his gun, the gun is now magical, which is handy because I just played against Menloth and sniped Vilmon from across the table, which helps out since Trollbloods really don't have that many magical weapons. Stat-wise, he stays the same. Defense and armor-wise, he's still tough. His gun does gain Blood Lure instead of Bait the Line, so now your battle group can charge for free instead of gaining +2 inches. This has gone back and forth on the Trollblood forums, but myself, I would prefer an extra fury on a charge than +2 inches. The pig units are defense 14, armor really low. They have 5 boxes, but if they get hit, they're going to die. They do have tough. I wouldn't count on them. The Crump has the net gun that Grimm used to have, so now he can fire the net gun and his gun during the same activation. I would keep him well in back because he has granted Reform, which allows the unit to advance and then at the end of their activation retreat 3 inches back. So a lot of players, when using him, keep him well behind the unit to keep him safe because Reform is so important. Muggs, on the other hand, has a blunderbuss, which is range 8, power 12. Both of the pig characters are rat 6, so don't count on it except during feet turn. And I'll get to the feet. It's range 8, power 12. He has granted circular vision, which I haven't come into the need for just yet. And he also has a star action called Trapper, which is nifty. I like it, and it's actually scared some opponents, which puts a 5-inch AoE in base-to-base with him. That states any living or undead model that enters it takes a power 10 damage roll, and if the damage roll causes any damage, then that model is knocked down, which is particularly effective with the Reform ability, allowing you to advance, place that trap, and then Reform back. And I've had the Trapper ability actually scare quite a few opponents away from doing stuff that they otherwise would have done. The feat on Grimm is essentially a control area wide snipe. It also grants models Mark Target, which is from the Rangers from Signar have it. It states that if you have line of sight, if you're in his battle group and any of your models have line of sight to something within 5 inches, everyone else gets +2 rat, essentially, to hit that particular model that they have line of sight within 5 inches of. The spell list for Grimm is pretty good. He lost the goggles that gave him true sight, but he gained mage sight. So yes, you have to pay for it, but now if Grimm misses that crucial shot, you can have your battle group, or even, heck, Muggs can come up there and shoot something. The next spell is Mirage, which I've used successfully on Fin Blades, and it's hilarious with Vengeance to have Fin Blades move up to 5 inches, and their activation hasn't even started yet. It's also really good on ranged units, such as the Bushwhackers and Sluggers, on your before their activation starts, they can move 2 inches or be placed 2 inches out of combat and can shoot, since they're pretty worthless in melee. The next ability is Pursuit, which is a range 10, I believe, spell, and if it hits and does damage, it's an upkeep that states that if that particular model unit that has that spell on it, that upkeep spell on it, moves immediately after it gets done advancing, then a model in your battle group can make an advance. And his last spell is awesome, which is Mortality, and that is probably one of my favorite spells in the game, which states that if you land the spell on it, it's not an upkeep, it costs 3, so bring your Ruin Bearer, but if you land it, states that that model or unit has -2 defense, -2 armor, and cannot heal or be healed, which is fantastic against War Beasts, Warlocks, Typhon, Epic Morvana, and it can make our beasts that don't hit very hard, such as the Bomber in melee, PNS 16, normally you land Mortality on something and it's up to PNS 18, and it can put the serious hurt on something. All in all, the play experience that I've had with them has been great. I have lost a couple games with them. I'm still refining my lists, but I'm finding them to be one of our better Warlocks, if not top tier. I would suggest don't get baited into falling for the feet, so don't bring an all-range battle group. People have been having success with putting warders and more of a melee-centric army with them to feed off blood lure and leaving the feet for maybe one war beast. I highly encourage picking them up though, and I guarantee that you'll have success with them. And that is my model review. Thank you.